En junker red ved juletid.
Ching chang ching lutilej.
Omkring ham dannede sneen hvid.
Ching chang ching lutilej.
Welcome to the topic of the episode show, or as we call it, TOTES. I'm
Totes.
Patrick. Yeah.
I'm Kevin.
And we're here giving you the topic of the week, as we do every single week. We give you a topic to discuss amongst yourselves and us, so we can all discuss the things that you like, that we've told you to talk about. In this case, we're talking about favorite gaming sidekicks.
Mm-hmm.
And there's I don't know if a lot is the right thing to say about it, but there are some interesting sidekicks to choose from in
definitely.
this case. Who's your favorite?
The first one that came to my mind was Tails.
Yeah,
from Sonic, because he had ability. He couldn't run quite as fast as Sonic, but he could do the flying thing, and you could do some fun tricks in Sonic 2 in particular, and get up to special places and break the crap out of that game and glitch it. And that was the first time that I ever found a game-breaking glitch, because you can get to certain parts and then you can fall through the world but not die, and then start to run below the world and stuff. Yeah.
Huh.
And then you reach the end, and the game doesn't know what to do with it, and a glitch starts out in this corner, and then it just kind of takes over the screen, and that's fun. And so yeah, it was a pretty nifty thing. So that was the first one that I thought of.
Well, one of the first ones that I thought of was Tui and Banjo Kazooie, because the games are just I wasn't even sure if I could pick that, because it's part of your character, but it's not similar to Tails. I mean, they go with you, but I feel like Banjo's really who you're playing. Maybe I don't know. You can just disagree with me, but but I felt like that was one of the first ones that popped into my mind, because just the hilarity of the games and everything, and being a sidekick that actually helps you, as opposed to just a continuous escort mission, which Tails isn't, thankfully. Tails is not an escort mission. He falls behind. Because
you don't have to keep him alive. He dies all the time. And you can speed way past him, and then 5 to 10 seconds later, you'll see him flying back with his little thing. Hey, Sonic!
Hey,
wait up!
I'm back. So I thought that was Tui and Kazooie are great examples of that, where they're kind of your character, but not really.
Yeah.
But it's not an escort mission. They help you. So I thought that was really cool. It's a really cool game mechanic as well, to add to the game. It's a different layer of complexity to it.
And speaking of helpful characters, Chris White says he votes for Clank. He's entertaining, useful, and has fun solo levels. Because most of the time you are Ratchet carrying around Clank. But then there are sections where you are just Clank, and you're running or sneaking or doing various things, and he has separate abilities and all this kind of stuff. And so he's useful and helpful and clever, and the dialogue and the banter, the back and forth between those two characters is a lot of fun.
It's really good stuff. Speaking of banter, one of my favorite games, I mentioned this a lot of times on the show, but Grim Fandango is one of my favorite games. And there's a lot of great characters in it.
Okay.
I would consider this a sidekick. The character of Glottis. I don't know if you ran into him. So he's the guy that's in the garage working on the cars.
Oh, the giant orange dude?
Giant orange dude.
Yeah.
That you need a driver, and he's like, I'm too big to do that. And you're like, you're not too big. So then you got this giant guy in a little tiny car, and it's hilarious. Just the back and forth between those. It's I don't know. It's a beautiful game, and your character's snarky and everything, and Glottis is so happy that he's being able to do something other than just work on a car, which he's good at working on cars. But it's I get to be on an adventure. This is great, and just the happiness behind the character is just amazing. I love it.
I'm not really sure if he qualifies as a sidekick.
There's a lot of that,
But Deadpool in the Lego games.
Yeah.
Because he introduces things, and he sets up scenes, and he'll give you kind of hints, but mostly he's crap talking you, which is not dissimilar to Cranky in the Donkey Kong Country series, because he'll give you tips. The whole family is kind of a collective sidekick there, because they save your game, or they give you hints, or they fly you from place to place, and so like you have a collection of supporting cast, and I like those. But as far as humor, like straight up humor goes, I'll take Claptrap. Claptrap is so great because he wants so badly to be part of this, and
the heart of that character is just beautiful, and I'm so glad that he's become a thing. I'm glad that he's continued to be in the Borderlands series, even when I'm assuming that they fully expected him to be the great comic relief of it, but I don't know if they expected how much we'd love it.
Well, there's a lot of comic relief in those games. He also kind of reminds me of, well, let's go ahead and dang it, I can't come up with him. Who's the depressed robot? Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, I'll look it up. I know who you're talking about. But...
Yeah, the because like right when you meet Claptrap, there's a part where he's talking about, even though I'm programmed to sound always cheerful, I'm actually horribly depressed.
He's in Marvin.
And he reminded me very much of Marvin.
Yeah.
And but he does have that optimism in this world that is totally shot to hell.
Yep.
And
because he's programmed that way.
Because he's programmed that way. And so there are elements of Marvin in there.
Yeah.
But he's so darn entertaining, and I feel like he's having fun in the world with you.
Yeah.
And he just wants a high five. Come on, give him a high five. Don't leave him hanging. I know it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, it's funny.
It's really funny. It's really funny. You took mine with Claptrap, yes. But I think that there are certain characters that, like you said, they may or may not be considered to be companions, if you will. But the companion cube. No, I just thought it was just perfect. With Sidekicks, I thought of Gladys. We were talking about the snarky robots thing, but Gladys is basically your villain. Yeah. So I couldn't really pick her. Yeah.
But she's kind of there with you through the game too.
She kind of is.
Earlier you referenced escort missions.
Yeah.
And when we first heard about the gameplay mechanics of The Last of Us, it seemed like it was going to be an entire game of escort mission.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It's not.
Ellie is helpful and invisible.
Yes.
Which makes it kind of goofy sometimes, because she'll be, I'm sneaking from here to here and nobody can see me. But thank God they did that.
Yeah, because she goes right through enemies.
Right through /past. But how much worse would it have been? That game would not have been the epic that it was if you had to keep her hidden, or if she was messing you up.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll be fighting one enemy and you're like, oh no, somebody else is coming from behind, and then she'll like nail him in the head with a brick. Like she's helpful, she's snarky, she's funny, she is kind of she is truly your companion on this journey. And even though you are playing as Joel, she is an equal helper with you.
Yeah.
They are companions. He's making decisions, things like that. But she is all in there with you. And I'm really glad that they handled that the way that they did.
Yeah, I am too. Another sidekick that I really thought was great was Lucy in Assassin's Creed. Lucy, you have to play the Assassin's Creed game. So Lucy used to work for Abstergo. The first game works for Abstergo, who's the company that has captured Desmond Miles and has put him in the Animus so he can go back in time. Right. So then you find out that she's actually part of the Assassins, like they're going against the Abstergo and the Templars, and she's voiced by Kristen Bell. And that's the main reason why she's on this list. That's the main reason why she's on this list, because it's Kristen Bell and she's awesome. But the character as a sidekick, she's used more as a narrator and analog for Desmond to tell him what's going on and teach him about this world. And it's done in a really organic way.
And that also allows them to teach the player about the world without heavy-handed narrative.
Exactly. She does it in a really good way, and you picked a great actress for that. She got she started doing that before she got famous. So, but then continued to do it through some of the games, and really happy about that. But some of the other, you were about to pick up one. I don't know if you were going to mention this, but the companions in Fallout 4 were fantastic. I think as sidekicks, I think that's a great thing to bring up. Some of the favorites of Fallout. Who's your favorite of Fallout 4?
Nick.
Nick. Yeah, that's who I was going to say.
Nick is the best.
So Nick is the best in regards to story, and he's just I love Nick for a lot of reasons, but I love his noir kind of like character, and he's a robot. It's amazing. Was
fun. It's also really helpful because like we were talking a second ago about how not only is the assassin there to kind of give exposition and make it seem natural. One of the main issues with Fallout 4 is the distrust of robots and can we really trust them and stuff like that, and Nick deals with that in a very real way as you go through the system. And like his final mission, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this. The final mission is you take out somebody that Nick's memories are from a real person, and that was implanted as part of his personality, and that's why he's driven the way that he is to do things. And he's processing something that Data also dealt with in Star Trek Next Generation, where he's figuring out, okay, who am I? What is my programming versus my personality versus the character that became me?
Sure.
And he's going on a mission of self-discovery while going with you through all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And the nuances of that character were, to be honest, a more interesting narrative than the main character. I'm going to go find my kid that might or might not be my kid.
I think that the Fallout world is more interesting when it comes to the people around your character than your character itself. They give you a reason as to why you're there. But it's more about the side stuff than it is anything else. Nick is probably my favorite companion, but I hung out with Piper.
Piper is the hottest.
I hung out with Piper a lot because she's hot, and I loved the way that. I mean, she's hot. She's funny, but I played a female character and romanced her, and the way that they set that up, and I know BioWare's done this in different ways as well, but the way that they've set that up where you're starting to kind of flirt with her, and she's not used to that, and she's like, she doesn't outright say like, I don't know how to do this. She's like, this is new to me, is basically how she kind of phrases it, and she says things like, well, I didn't know you felt that way too, and like it's a new thing for her, and it's a new thing for, in my playthrough, it was a new thing for my character too, because my character was married to a man. And a lot of people were upset about that because they thought, well, I want to be able to choose who my character was. Well, you can choose who your character is now, and maybe that was a previous relationship. You don't know why they were married.
Well, I mean, I had mine figured out. She got married to get into the country because she was from Britain, and she wasn't able to come in without being able to do that, and she needed to do her research. Biotics. She needed to be able to do her research in the USA, and she was about to be kicked out of the country. It was a marriage of convenience.
Okay. See, mine was that
because
she married.
Yes, I do this with RPGs. We did. You were mentioning we did a murder mystery last night, and I figured out so much more about the character, but I didn't want to add it because we were also trying to figure out the mystery.
Yeah. So like my playthrough of Fallout, because it was how I determined it. Was that my character's because of my character's upbringing, because of my character's parents, and because of society around her, she felt like the right thing to do was to marry a man and have kids and everything, and she loves her kid that she's looking for. She loves her son that she's looking for. Sean. But Sean, like, there's no offense to that. But that was the real reason why she was in the marriage, was she felt like society-wise that was the right thing to do. Yeah. Now you're thrown into this dystopian future where there really aren't a lot of those rules, and for the first time she's able to express herself with Piper, and Piper's first time to express herself in that way too. So that's how I viewed it. But
there's
as
also
a straight man playing a lesbian,
there are also a lot of other exploration that you can do, because you can be with Paladin Dance, who is against robots and ghouls and everything. You can be with Strong.
You can. I'm sure you can.
You can grab a super ghoul and go out and explore the wastes.
Well, yeah. No, I thought you meant romancing him.
Oh, I don't know.
I was like, that'd be weird. Yeah, but you can grab Strong, Super Mutant, Preston,
Curie,
who I hate.
Also, Preston can.
He can eat it.
Yeah, but Curie and like starts off as a robot, and you can go find her a body and like put her into a synth.
That's cool.
And like companion quests in Fallout 4 are a lot of the reason that game was interesting. And so they take Sidekicks to a whole new level.
They really do.
And we're really impressed with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about Sidekicks, who your favorite Sidekicks are, which ones we missed.
Yeah.
There are some we missed, I'm sure.
Who did we miss that you're really angry about us missing? Leave us a comment or tweet to us at TWIOCH, and we'll grab it there at the Twitters and Facebooks and all that.
Indeed.
See you guys later.